Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday around 10:30 and I wanted to stop in today with another video. I hope you guys weekend has started off wonderful. Mine was a slow start today. Usually I'm up very early. I actually did not wake up real early. Well, I woke up early, but I didn't get up early. I woke up to a phone call from one of my girlfriends, and I know some Saturdays, maybe once every 3 or 4 months, I like kind of want to lay in and just be lazy, because normally I just pop up out of bed between 6:30 and 7 on a Saturday. Don't have to work, I just do. I guess because I'm up every day during the week, so it just feels natural just to get up early. But I didn't this morning. I kind of laid in and talked with her, and then I finally kind of rolled out of bed. So I've gotten dressed. I'm going to actually go have lunch today with one of my lady friends that lives in the building with me. And we're going to try out this new restaurant, rooftop bar and restaurant that they've opened on top of a hotel here where you can overlook the river. Not sure if I'm going to do any vlogging there or not, but I plan to do that later on this afternoon around 2 o'clock. So it's only about 10:30 right now, so got a lot of time. So what better time than to sit down and do a video with you guys. I hope that you all are having a wonderful start to your weekend. And I want to shout out one of my subscribers. Her name is Sherelle. I think that's how you pronounce your name, Sherelle Bell. Thank you, girl. Sometimes my subscribers say some of the most wonderful things, and she actually posted on my Instagram that I was her favorite YouTuber. Guys, that was so flattering to me because I'm a small YouTuber. There are so many large YouTubers out here. I'm sure she watches a lot of people, but to feel that special and somebody to tell you that you're their favorite YouTuber, I was just like, oh my God, it was so sweet. So I want to shout her out. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for following me, and I just appreciate you so much. I appreciate all of you guys, but you know, every once in a while, guys, I shout out one of my subscribers, and I want to thank you so much for that. Also, I'm just trying to get my updates before I start my video. Also, I wanted to say that I just appreciate everyone who has been liking the content so far. I wanted to start a weekly video that tried to be more inspirational toward women, to target a subject that we struggle with or things that we talk about, you know, in the female community. So this week we're going to talk about forgiving. Forgiving, guys. Let's put the past and leave the past in the past. And this is a real sensitive subject because a lot of us struggle with forgiving ourselves for things that we've done, whether it was mistakes we made or things we intentionally done in our past. And the only way that you can grow and move forward in your life to be prosperous, to be productive, to be happy, to have that peace and joy in your life, you have to forgive yourself, guys. Sometimes forgiveness does not come with resolving the situation or even mending relationships that may have been broken due to whatever happened. But in order for you to move forward, you have to forgive yourself. Now, I always use myself as an example. I don't like to put anybody else's business on Front Street, even though sometimes I can use situations and people that has entered my life that cause me tremendous pain. But I won't blast anybody here. I just use myself because I am responsible for me and the things that I've done in my life. And so I use myself as an example. I've made a lot of mistakes, guys. You know, I made mistakes in choosing partners, you know, allowing people in my life that I know wasn't good for me. I was married twice, and my first husband, when I met him, there were a lot of red flags. I'm going to just say it off the top. But because my heart was caught up into the emotions and everything that we had experienced before I found out these things about him, I allowed the relationship to continue, and I did marry him when he asked me. And so to me, a lot of times we make decisions because our feelings are caught up. And we see the red flags, but we ignore them, or we feel that, well, once I get with this person or whatever, it's going to change. We just need to get together and be together. And that's the way I looked at it. I saw the red flags. He had, you know, he was in a relationship with someone that he hadn't completely ended before he actually got with me. Although I didn't know that at the time, but when I found out, rather than me leave that relationship, I continued the relationship, even though it had ended. But while we initially were together, that relationship, he hadn't completely ended. And that's kind of foul. But a lot of times people, rationalize in their mind like I did. Well, it's ended now. When I found out the relationship had actually ended, but that was a complete lie. So with that being said, the relationship didn't start out good. So guess what? It didn't end well. So it wasn't meant to be, in my opinion. It was a learning experience for me, and I have moved on from that. And sometimes we are punishing ourselves because of relationships we've had in our past. It was things that happened to us or red flags we saw, and we continued the relationships. And so things happened that were bad or very painful. And a lot of times we can't move on because we're so caught up in our emotions. I had to sit down one day and realize that I was trapped in my past. I was trapped in my feelings from my relationships, because children came out of my relationships. And so therefore, when you start creating lives, you feel like you just have to continue these toxic and bad relationships with people. And it just gets worse, guys. It gets worse. And let me say upfront, I'm not promoting or condoning divorcing anyone. I want to say that each individual have to decide what their limitations are, what they're willing to live with in relationships. That is completely up to you. But anything that's toxic to you or your children, anything that is causing you tremendous pain, sadness, or depression, you need to revisit that. Is that something that needs to be in your life? And that's all I'm going to say there. But forgiving yourself and moving forward takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of thought. You have to sit down and you have to decide in your life what is going to propel you forward. Are you going to stay here just dragging this ball and chain around forever because of some mistakes you made in the past? Sometimes we made bad decisions, in careers that we chose and jobs we've had, or, moving. I've done that. I've moved in the name of a relationship before. And that was a really bad decision because in the end, I realized that relationship wasn't for me. And this was someone that I dated. We were doing business together. And I think I may have touched on this in a previous video a long time ago, maybe several years ago, that actually started my whole journey in my life here in Memphis. That was more than 10 years ago. When I first initially moved to this city, it was because of a relationship that I was in and business that the guy and I were doing together. So I felt it was better for me to be here than to be where I was living. And that was just a total mess, guys. When I got here and found out that he still had a whole life that he hadn't severed because he actually never thought I was going to move here. So therefore, he was still maintaining a relationship with a female. And when he realized that I was moving, because he came to my hometown and moved me here, he tried the process of ending that relationship and it blew up on him. So, that was a mistake I made. And so I punished myself because I brought my daughter here, my youngest daughter here, and she was very unhappy. Very unhappy. And she had just entered high school. And I guess I didn't consider, I didn't do it purposely, but I didn't consider what that would do to her, moving her from all of her friends, because I was looking at the financial aspect of it. I had a business that I was starting and it was very lucrative. And I was thinking that this was going to be great for her, great for my children, because I would be able to provide and do things for them that was going to make their lives a whole lot better. But I didn't consider her emotional state of being. And so it was just a horrible situation when it all came to surface. So I punished myself for that for a long time. Because I caused her pain. But I had to come to a point where I had to realize that my intent was good. My purpose for doing it was good. Sometimes we don't consider the things that are happening around us, other people that it may affect. But if you continue just on this path of sadness and punishing yourself for these decisions, you will never get to this place where you can forgive. I had to acknowledge, first of all, what I did wrong. And that's what I did. I sat down and I looked at everything. I considered everybody involved. I realized where I made my decisions and my bad mistakes. And I had to ask God to forgive me. I asked the people that were involved to forgive me that I hurt. And then I had to forgive myself. And I had to move forward. Stop punishing yourself. There are women out there that has been very promiscuous. They've been out there. They've had the past where they were sleeping around. You might have been sleeping with other people's husbands or significant others. You might have been a liar. You might have been a cheater. You may have done a lot of things, guys. But you know, it's never too late to change your life. It's never too late to forgive yourself of the past, to grow up, to start over. You just have to come up and within your mind that I want to stop this now, and I want to start a new life, and I want to be a better person. And the best way to be a better person once you forgive yourself, guys, is to help someone that has been where you are, to help someone that has made the same bad choices that you've made. Give them your advice, show them and talk to them about the things that you've learned. That's how you move forward. You can use all of your bad mistakes and experiences from your past and help another young lady to be able to see that, look where I'm at now. You know, guys, a lot of people don't know that my past was so bad, that I grew up in an abusive home life with my parents, that I was physically and emotionally abused from my stepfather. A lot of people don't know that, you know, and to see me now, you would never know that I lived that experience. And I was messed up as a young adult. I had to go into my young adult life scarred from my upbringing, you know, feeling like I would never be loved. You know, I didn't grow up with my dad, even though I love my dad very dearly. But my father, you know, when he divorced my mom, he moved away. And because of their relationship, I wasn't able to see him much. So I didn't have a father figure. I didn't have anybody telling me, stay away from these kind of guys, or, you know, this is what you need to do. And you know, I didn't have a protector growing up. I had to fend for myself. I had to learn how to be a woman alone because my mother was hurt and broken. She couldn't teach me things that she didn't know herself. So it was just a very hard upbringing. But as my life went on, I learned a lot through my mistakes. You know, I went a short period of time where I was homeless, where I lived in my car for a brief period of time. A lot of people don't know that. And I was doing the best that I could to try to make a life for myself. And when I was able to get married and start having children, I made some decisions that just weren't great. But guys, you have to forgive yourself. You have to move on and start with a clean slate. Everything that you did in the past, you don't have to drag that with you. You can stop and you can start over. You just have to start with forgiving yourself. You acknowledge it. You ask for forgiveness to the people that you may have hurt. You forgive yourself and you move forward, guys. It is just that, I won't call it simple, but that's the decision that you have to make. You start over, completely over. And when I say you leave it in the past, you leave it in the past. Some people may not come along with you. Let me say that. Some people may not forgive you that you've hurt. And at that point, you have to resolve in your mind that they're not at the place where they can forgive you. But it's not your responsibility to punish yourself forever. You just completely move on. You know, I have often made a lot of mistakes as a mother. Because guys, I'm going to tell you, it's not a handbook out there that's going to tell you from A to Z how to raise children. You're going to make decisions in the name of feeling like you're doing the right thing. But some of those things may not be the right thing. You're going to raise your kids with rules that they may not like. And they may tell you about it, because mine have. They'll tell you, I didn't like this. You're too strict here. You did that here. You did that there. But you're making decisions that you feel will be the best for those children that you're raising. And even though they may tell you it hurt, it was something they didn't like. But guys, when you know that you're doing things the best that you can, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and move on. And know that everything in life, every place that you go in life is going to be a learning process. Your jobs, relationships, friendships. It's a learning process, guys. You learn and you keep going on. Life is going to be a continuance of learning. You never get to a point where you know it all. You're going to learn till you die. If you're not learning, trust me, you're not growing. So I just want to share that today with you guys, because we are so bad at punishing ourselves for the things and the things that we made, decisions that we made in the past. You can change your life, guys. There's so many people out there that have examples of their life. Look at Oprah Winfrey, you know, Ayanna Van Zant. They had some very hard upbringings, guys. Look at those women. They are movers and shakers, guys. You can do it. You just have to make up in your mind that I'm going to stop punishing myself. I'm going to forgive myself, and I'm going to move forward into my new life. And it's out there, ladies. And I just wanted to share that this Saturday. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that it will be a beginning to you for healing, to thinking about what you need to do to move forward in your life. So that is all, guys. It is pretty short and sweet today. I hope you ladies will have a wonderful weekend, a beautiful Saturday. And I'm going to get out and just try to enjoy this beautiful day. It's pretty, it's hot, but it's beautiful. Enjoy my lunch. And I will see you guys later. If you are new to my channel, I want to say welcome so much. Thank you for coming by today. If you like what you're hearing, if you viewed a lot of my videos, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you will know when I upload content. And for all of my ride or dies, the young ladies and gentlemen that follow me and that has been following my journey, has been supporting me for a long time, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So you all have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys on next week. So until then, I want to wish you guys peace and love. Mwah. And we'll see you soon.